Hello students, today I am going to explain you regarding the topics of time, how to measure time, how to calculate times in different aspects. This thing I will explain you today. At first we are seeing in the screen measuring time. Reading an analog clock, the big dark hand tells us the minute. As you all know that which hand tell you what. This minute hand you can see the minute hand, second hand and the hour hand. So there shouldn't be any problem. The long one is the minute hand and this one is the second hand and this is the hour hand. As we know, the shorter hand on the clock is the hour hand, the minute hand is longer. So in this topic I think there shouldn't be any confusion to identify which hand is for what. I hope all of you know this thing. Now in this chapter, basic thing what you will learn is to identify the different things, how to identify the time with respect to different things, how to measure. This thing we will try to understand in this chapter. What they have said, measurement of different things are just number that give us information about the world around us. We use them to buy and sell things, to build roads, to design machines, to cook meals, to do experiment and to our lives. So actually in this chapter we will learn about the measurement of different things like times, hours, this thing, length, breadth, this thing we will learn. Our first topic is measurement of time. In measurement of time we will see the sundials. How you will measure the time? From the earliest period man has used some form of time measurement, be it only the season, for the year or the phase of the moon. This was all that was needed in simple nomadic or agricultural communities and precise enough for their daily needs as people began to congregate in villages and forms of religious ceremonies begin. For more refined method of time measurement were needed. Civilization in the early times was concentrated around the Mediterranean, where there was lot of sunshine and water abundantly for the then relatively small population. Here timekeeping was developed along two main lines, from the shadow stick probably the earlier and then the water clock, although crude by modern standard sundials and water clocks were eventually developed to give surprising accuracy. So before in the ancient time people used to see the sun, see the weather, see the climatic condition, and they used to measure the changes, or they used to measure the time that this 3 month occurred. Now by looking at the sun they can see now it is 12. They doesn't tell it is 12 o'clock or 10 o'clock like this. They used to tell it is some time has gone in the day, or some season has gone, some months has gone. But gradually new modern techniques came, and the first technique was sundial. So in sundial what is there, as you can see in the picture, in the dial different numbers are written and it is kept outside under the sun, and where the shadow will fall, that is the number. As you can see in this picture, where the shadow will fall, the shadow is falling there, then this will be the time. Like this, earlier people designed the sundial based on the principle of shadows, as well as we have learned in this activity. Now then after sundial what comes, then another process, as you have seen sometime in the movies and all, about the hourglass. The hourglass is based on fairly simple concept but was very useful long ago, and is still used today. Hourglass timer and sand clock is the glass containing sand used for measuring hour of time. This timer consists of two glass bulbs placed one above the other, which are connected by a narrow tube. Sand flows from the top to the bottom bulb, indicating a period of time. Hourglass is inverted in order to measure another time period. In 1 hour, this sand some sand are falling from this one to this one. In 1 hour, all the sand from this one will fall to the down one. Then what you will do, you will rotate the glass and you will keep again. In every hour you need to rotate the glass and keep again, and gradually sand will fall, and in every hour, in every time period you need to write it, and you will understand how much hour has gone. Now if you will see units of time, time can be defined as a period between two events. Yes, obviously, what is time? Time is the period, or it is the period of period between two events. A period between two successive moon is considered as a unit of time known as a day or a solar day. We can say that two moon comes means today night gone, today's moon gone, and entire day gone, then the another evening time to another moon came. Means this two moon, before coming two moon, the duration whatever has gone before between two moon, the duration is known as a day or a solar day. The solar day is further divided into 24 equal parts known as hours. 1 hour has 60 minutes and a minute has 60 seconds. As you can see on the screen, 60 second 1 minute, 60 minute 1 hour, 3600 second 1 hour, 24 hours 1 day, 1440 minutes equal to 1 day, 86400 second equal to 1 day. Obviously 7 days equal to 1 week, 164 hours equal to 1 week, 168 hours equal to 1 week, 10080 minutes equal to 1 week, 604800 seconds equal to 1 week, and 4 weeks equal to 1 month. This thing you can see, 12 months equal to 1 year, 52 weeks equal to 1 year, 10 years equal to 1 decade, 10 decades equal to 1 century, 100 years equal to 1 century, 10 centurion equal to 1 millennium, 100 decades equal to 1 millennium, 1000 year equal to 1 millennium. So one example they have given, see, if the age of a pyramid is 3 millennium, what is the age in weeks? Obviously you can find out. 3 millennium means 3 into 1000 years into 52 weeks. Clearly you can see 156,000 weeks. There shouldn't be any problem in this. Now we'll read about pendulum, modern devices to measure time. In modern devices, what came? Pendulum clock, pendulum watch. Nowadays also you can see, then mechanical watch, and then the electronic watch. This thing we will see in the modern devices to measure. Pendulum clock have been used to keep time since 1656. In 1656 this pendulum watch came, and they have not changed dramatically since then. Pendulum clock were the first clock made to have any sort of accuracy. When you look at the pendulum clock from the outside, you will notice several devices or several different parts that are important to the mechanism of all pendulum clock. There are face of the clock with its hour and minutes hand. There are one or more weights, and of course there is a pendulum itself. So you can see in the picture hour hand, minute hand, and this thing you can see very clearly it is given. This is the pendulum which has been developed or which has been invented in the year 1665. After that, gradually no more accurate devices came. Then we will see about mechanical watch. A mechanical watch gets their power from a spring that has to be wound up. A mechanical watch has gears and pinions which control the movement of the hour hand and the minute hand. The time is displayed by this hand on a dial which is graduated by a covered with a glass sheet. So this mechanical watch has been fixed with different types of springs and machines. You can see in the picture some machines from inside. These machines, what they are doing, they will give you the accurate measurement of time by using some springs and batteries. Then came the electronic watch. In this electronic watch, a battery provides power to the electronic watch, and a tiny quartz crystal regulates its speed. Electricity from the battery makes the crystal vibrate thousands of times per second. The microchip used this regular vibration to make the number of display change every second, so that the watch shows the time very accurately. So this thing gradually, then after mechanical watch, electronic watch came, and then nowadays we are getting the most accurate timing, and the most accurate timing is given by a watch named as atomic watch. It is controlled by vibrating atom and is used to measure interval of time with extraordinary accuracy. So it is the general knowledge for you, and I hope all of you have understood till this much. All of you read the book and the next part I will explain in the next video. Thank you.